Hot dogs or legs? On this installation of Project Brake Horse, I wanted to just have commentary about the exhaust kit that I bought from James Duff. It's an excellent kit, but I want to talk about a little bit of fitment and the setup that I'm running, so that, you know, somebody else runs the same setup, they can look out for some things in the future. So it's going to be hard to zoom out and get all of this, but if we start from the top, the kit, when you order it, comes with the setup you have. So if you have long tubes, you write that in, and then they get you the right connectors here. For me, I had short tube stainless steel headers, so I needed a fitting here that would go up against the headers that would then catch these intermediate pipes. So these are stainless steel headers made by Scott Drake, and then James Duff supplied the intermediate pipes. This fitting came with the headers itself, but they do also sell the same things. So just if you don't know what you're looking at, if you have Scott Drake's, then just tell them they can supply those as well. So it's a header coming out here to this, well, they talk about having down pipes and then intermediate pipes. So these would be the two down pipes up in here, and then the intermediates, one's going over my transmission cross member, and then the other one is running underneath it. So why I wanted to talk about this is because I have the AX15. This wouldn't be set up necessarily this way if I had just a C4 or, you know, another transmission. It's this cross member that makes a little bit of difference, and one has to run up above and the other has to run in below. So this side here fit perfectly. I really thought that went together very easily. This side, on the other hand, it was giving me all kinds of trouble because, one, I had to go under, and I think maybe my transfer case is indexed one off, but it fits nicely on that cross member, so that doesn't really hurt any of the performance. It's just a matter of it's sitting, if we were to think of a clock, too far clockwise, so I don't have enough room to push this pipe up in there. Additionally, I think that since I'm running these drop brackets, there's a little bit of clearance issue on that side as well, so I couldn't get this intermediate pipe over further, or else I'd be good. But what I did was they supply brackets that, if you see right here, this bracket goes up and the exhaust clamp goes into it, and I was able to run this muffler straight up and down, and that's what they call for. This one, on the other hand, is a little cocked, and I did that because I have all kinds of hard lines running on this frame rail. So I'm going to actually get muffler wrap, put it around it, keep this one as is, and then that way I'm not going to get overheated lines in here. The Flowmasters that I picked up, the directions clearly state that if you get the Flowmasters, you got to do some cutting. So really, the main portion that I wanted to explain in this video was going to be the custom fabbing. So the directions say take off 1 inch to 1.5 inches. I took off the 1.5 inches and everything fit. But I also have the M1A1 gas tank, so back in there you got to get your exterior pipes to fit between the tank itself, which sits really low, and then the candy cane bolts back in there. I don't know if you can see those, but I think that my left side's actually good. It fits in there. It'll be lifted up. I just got to put another exhaust hanger in there. I just haven't done that yet, but I like the fit over there. I did cutting on both of them, as it says for the intermediate pipes, but then found that my tailpipes are super far out as well, so I gotta cut a little more off of those. And where I'm going to do that is this pipe right here. I have a good bit of distance here, and it seems as if this tailpipe in the back is 2 inches out too far. So I'll go around and I'll show that next. But I'm going to take this apart and cut that about 2 inches. And I got the 90-degree exits, and they're sagging right now, and they come out super far, so I have to hack off a little bit here. But they actually fit through everything pretty well. So if let me just see here, adjust that one up. Come on this side, adjust this one up a little bit. It's gonna sit low and sag because I don't have that hanger in there. But if I can get far enough back here, you know, it's gonna look pretty good. It's just they stick out past the tires too much, so I gotta hack off that. But if I could get a clear shot on the side, it's not gonna show too well. This pipe is in where it needs to be depth-wise. This pipe, on the other hand, is out too far, so that's the 2 inches that I'm talking about cutting. So I'm gonna hack that off, and then once I put those hangers on, those will sit pretty nice, and then the exhaust should be done. So just know that it is a do-it-yourselfer kit. They make it explicit in the directions, but you're gonna have to go in there and be prepared to test fit it, and test fit again. I mean, I was really excited to throw it together and let it work. Or in the words of Samuel, the Sam Cam, let it chooch. But unfortunately, you know, when I got it up there, I was just too impatient and shouldn't have been tightening stuff down like I did. So I had to go back, take it apart, cut it, put it back together. So I guess maybe that's probably because I don't have the whole truck together, whereas most people are going to install this after the entire thing runs. So it's a good kit. It sounds great. I'll get a video out at some point whenever the truck's running and out of the garage to hear the cam and these exhaust pipes. I kept getting this exhaust leak sound and I just could not track it down. It sounded like it was coming from the firewall, so I thought I was having to tighten up more clamps around the downpipe and intermediate pipe, but that wasn't the case. Apparently there's 2 holes on the back of the head that I guess were used for smog, so I plugged those. It's a 5/8 bolt. It's a big ass bolt. I put copper gasket on them, put those bolts in, tightened them down. As soon as I did that, the motor purred super quiet, so it sounded amazing. I'll get the car fired up for the straight pipe to the Flowmasters to take a look.